AC compressor. Not the problem? Check your pressure switch now. You ever sit there blasting your AC, hoping it'll magically start working again? But all you get is warm air and regret? Maybe you've already been told, yeah, that's your compressor and it's going to cost you a few grand. But what if they're wrong? What if the compressor isn't the problem at all? Because I've seen people replace the most expensive part in the system twice and still end up sweating through traffic. Now I know. The minute your AC goes out, everyone blames the compressor. Yeah, it's the big one, right? Definitely not the small guy. But here's the thing. In a lot of cases, the compressor's just fine. What if I told you your compressor might not even be getting the signal to turn on? You see, tucked away somewhere in your system is this tiny little part. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, and it doesn't make any noise. But it controls everything. It decides when or if your compressor kicks on. And if it decides something's off, it shuts everything down. Sometimes it's right, but sometimes it's dead damn wrong, and you'll never know it until your bank account feels it. This little guy is called a pressure switch, and it's your system's gatekeeper. Too much pressure, it stops the compressor. And too little pressure, too. It still stops it again. Smart, right? Keeps things from blowing up. But here's the thing. When the switch itself fails, it can give the system the wrong signal, making it feel like the compressor is dead. And the worst part is that sometimes it won't even throw a code. I've seen people spend $3 grand on a new compressor, install it, charge the system, only for the pressure switch to cut it right back off. No cooling, no refund. And now you've got a good compressor, but with a bigger headache. And I'm not just talking about theory here. This happens more often than you think, especially in vehicles where the switch is buried and no one checks it first. So how can you tell? How do you know it's the switch and not the compressor? Here's the checklist of what to do and look out for. First, scan for codes like P0530 or P0700. But hey, sometimes there are no codes, and that's the tricky part. Second, listen for the click. When you turn on the AC, the compressor clutch should engage. If it doesn't when there's power there, the switch might be blocking it. Third, try jumping the connector. Carefully. If the compressor kicks on when bypassed, you've got your answer. We will have linked in the description box on how to bypass the pressure switch. Fourth, check continuity or voltage at the pressure switch harness. And here's something they never tell you. Sometimes all it takes is disconnecting the battery for 10 minutes, and the switch resets long enough to give you clues. That's right, a battery pull can sometimes flush a false fault out. Now, if the switch is the issue or reason for your AC not working, good news. It's usually cheap and costs under $50. And in many cars, you don't even need to evacuate the refrigerant to replace it. They're valve protected. In under 10 minutes, you could have your cold air back without touching the compressor, without draining the system, and without torching your wallet. So before you drop money on a new compressor, or let a shop talk you into one, ask the question no one's asking. What if it's just the switch? Because a $20 sensor can shut down your entire system and make a brand new compressor look dead. And if you ignore it, you might burn out that brand new part you just paid for. Now, if this video helped you out, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more guides like this.